I know they were missing Dan, but I don't think Dan can still do much against that. I'm kidding, Dan.
Woo! Woo!
Welcome to Sports Review. I'm Jesse Valdez, alongside with David Vito. Vito, we had some great games this week, and points were put on the scoreboard.
Yeah, points were put on the scoreboard this week in Week 6. Let's jump right into the highlights, as let's start off with the Reaper in Wyoming. Two teams battling for a final playoff spot. This week it was Wyoming coming out on top in a 27-0 victory over the Reapers. Next, the Braves are quietly winning games. In Week 6, it was no different. They defeated the once undefeated Outlaws for their 4th win of the season in a 26-0 contest. Next up, the Knights and Hive hit the field, but it was the Hive that found a way to bounce back from last week's loss, as the Knights did keep it close, but it wasn't enough as the Hive came away with a 13-6 win. Finally, the team that everyone has been questioning for some time now, can they beat the Fallout? The Space Force did just that, and they reclaimed first place as a late defensive stand secured the win, as they remain undefeated after defeating the Fallout 18-16. We caught up with the Space Force's cornerback after the game to hear about his thoughts.
I'm not a very tall person, so if I were them looking at the film, I'd probably try to go after me. And the ball was a little short. I know that their quarterback isn't here, so we'll see how the Tides look when their quarterback gets back. But today it came to me, and I was able to catch and got lucky.
Well, David, it looks like you were right. You were going and leaning a little more towards the Space Force. I was going for the historic team, man. I was going for the team that has history to back itself up. Just didn't happen this time.
Well, the Space Force is a team that everyone was questioning at the start of the year. Like, are they for real? Can all these players mash together from other teams, and it's a new team this year? This usually doesn't happen with expansion teams entering any kind of league, where they go from questioning how good can they be to be the first place team in the league right now. But the Space Force getting a victory has sent a message to the whole league this week. But the two teams have an opportunity to play each other down the road again, and it could be a different contest.
And not only that, I mean, we do these audience predictions, and for the most part, they've been right. They were wrong about this game. The Fallout were predicted to win this game, and they just didn't. But there's a lot of other things that was predicted right, as the game wasn't going to be the same games you see these teams play.
Yep.
You know, it was more of a on the ground. Both teams were trying to run the ball. Defensive game, and the team to make the least mistakes was going to be the team to win, and that was the Space Force. Fallout had the opportunity to win that game despite all their mistakes. Yes, they didn't have their quarterback. Yes, they made some mistakes here and there. They ran down the field to almost score and seal it within seconds.
Yeah.
And, you know, Space Force came off with the pick. Defense won that game.
And the Space Force now, they are in first place, alone at the top, 5-0. The only unbeaten team. What's your thoughts about that after 6 weeks? There's only one team unbeaten.
It is crazy going forward, because now it seems like there's not that many teams that are going to be competing for this. We got the Fallouts, we got Space Force, and the Braves, basically. I mean, Outlaws, their schedule's only going to get harder going forward. So, I mean, it could be a different game. Like I said, Fallouts didn't have their quarterback. There were some mistakes. It didn't look like a Fallouts and Space Force type of game. They definitely changed it up going into this week. I mean, come playoffs, I'm sure this team's going to see each other again.
What about the Braves? They're sneaking up there, though. I mean, they shut out the Outlaws. Shut them out this week. And is there going to be an opportunity that people are going to be like, how far can the Braves go? Are they one of the top 3, if not top 2 teams in the league now?
Oh yeah, I mean, going forward from this, I mean, the Braves, they have it together as well. I mean, like you were saying, they were we haven't really heard much about them, you know, let alone the Outlaws as well. But I mean, the Outlaws are now starting to fall down, and I think they might continue to go down.
Yeah.
As the Braves will continue to go up, and maybe those other teams will as well. Yeah. I mean, we got teams that are still very low in the standings, and they're probably going to stay down there. We look at the Knights, right? Yeah. And we look at the Knights, and this was the team that, when we did our audience prediction, that's the team that is most likely to make a comeback. And a lot of people were thinking that this team would make that comeback, and now they just continue to fall short.
And looking at the standings here, we got the Hive, War Chiefs, Spartans, Wyoming, Wyoming, all with 2 losses. And the Hive are ahead of everybody with 3 wins in the tiebreaker right now.
Yeah.
It's anybody's race halfway through the season. I'm excited to see where this race is going to finish and who's going to end up on top.
I honestly see it as a toss-up with them, but with those top 3 teams, we'll see what happens, right?
I'm excited.
Going into the playoffs and, of course, the championship, the big one.
It's so close, yet so far away.
Well, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching the show. As always, continue to follow us on Facebook as well as the league on Facebook. Until then, I'm Jesse Valdez and David Vito, and we're plugging you into everything that matters.